Hi, y'all. Today on the best debate we will be tackling Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder is the host of Louder with Crowder, basically a conservative talk radio show on YouTube and other online platforms. Now he's signed a deal with the new streaming platform on the block, Rumble. He and his team give their take on the news of the day, with some humor sprinkled in. Sometimes Steven Crowder goes on tour and does stand up. He is really popular and is considered the reasonable everyman's conservative online. Hold on just one second. I think I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, now I remember. Steven Crowder is a failed actor turned failed comedian turned conservative political commentator and grifter. He's also a closeted Canadian. Louder with Crowder? More like louder and prouder. He LARPs as a Captain America bro despite being genetically 50% maple syrup and 50% fairy. Crowder really wants you to think he is a badass with a capital B. There's so many videos where he is wearing a bulletproof vest or gun holster, almost as many where he dresses as a woman. Oh, you didn't know? He loves doing this really super funny bit where he dresses up like a woman when talking about trans issues and acts like a total gaping asshole. I got a feeling he believes in method acting to prep for a role. Hard to hate him for it when you realize he's working through some personal issues. I have never met a person who, ironically or unironically, watches his content, and yet allegedly he's the biggest, most influential milquetoast conservative commentator that doesn't wear a Yakima, the Jewish hat, the yarmulke. Speaking of yarmulkes, the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's propaganda network offered Steven Crowder $50 million to work for them. $50 million? You heard that right? What an insult. That was their first offer, by the way. Who knows how much higher they would go if Steven didn't throw a hissy fit in front of the whole world. Strangely, the online right wing acted like Ben Shapiro dragged his matzo balls across Steven's face, which Steven would actually prefer to $50 million. Steven Crowder was considered a victim for like a whole month because he was only offered $50 million as the opening bid. He and his team are worth so much more than $50 million. This offer is held up as an example of the real right wing getting shafted by the fake conservatives' business model. Get fucking real, you delusional Nazis. Seriously, he only got support because people don't understand negotiations or they wanted to take a swing at Jewish businessmen. Which is odd because Crowder complained about Ye complaining about Jewish businessmen. I legit think he saw Ye take the world by storm with anti-Semitism and decided to do that, but less explicitly, so he would get attention without career-ending controversy. Steven Crowder preaches the old song and dance of get married and have kids. He's been married for ages and he just had kids. Finally. Twins through artificial insemination. Hey Steven, if God is real, then you should have taken that as a sign you shouldn't have reproduced science knocked up your girl Steven. $50 million for a comedy news show hosted by closeted eunuch? Steven Crowder is about as funny as being raped by cancer. I can make that joke because I'm a rapist. I would pay him $50 million to shut the fuck up forever, but my lawsuit didn't work out. Now Rumble, a new streaming platform for right-wing assholes, has offered Crowder $100 million to stream on Rumble, like Sony buying the Beatles' music catalog. Wait, what the fuck? What is his appeal? I tried uploading these videos to Rumble and it made no fucking sense. Just trying to upload videos was painful. They are incompetent. Wait, now it all makes sense why they offered Crowder all that fucking cheddar. It is a dog shit streaming and video platform for idiots. Once upon a time, at a workers' strike, Crowder picked a fight with an old man and lost and then lied about it, saying the old man started the trouble, so that's a thing. Also, the old man kicked his ass, which is fine because Steven loves queer bashing. Also, Steven Crowder made fun of the hero and gentle giant John Fetterman. Crowder called Fetterman brain damage. That's the biggest case of a pot calling the kettle black I have seen since I called Steven Crowder closeted. Speaking of black, let's talk about the only funny video Crowder has ever done. The one where he tried to kill a Black Lives Matter black guy. It's a riot. Steven Crowder decided to go to a neighborhood after a Black Lives Matter protest that may have got out of hand and interview a black guy that lives there. He decides to interview a black guy painting a mural of a police shooting victim. The black guy complains about white people calling the police on black people too often because it leads to unjustifiable shootings. You can see where this is going. Crowder nitpicks his grammar instead of engaging intellectually like an IRL grammar Nazi, but the black guy refuses to be buckbroken and mocks Crowder, calling him Steven Coward. With that one jab, this painter displays more comedic wit than Crowder's entire career. Crowder then threatens to call the police before running with his tail between his legs while making excuses for the police shootings because they have to deal with such animals who would dare mock Crowder with an accurate nickname. Jesus fucking Christ. If you wrote Steven Crowder as a character in a show to critique the right-wing everyone, even Rachel Maddow would say you were going too far. A closeted, bloodthirsty, unfunny, hypocritical attention whore. You couldn't give him one positive trait, and I don't mean AIDS.
I knocked that hoe up and didn't even get Reddit gold. You're welcome, Crowder.